And for sure, my top 3 picks from this brand are... Hey guys, it's Sue here, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm very excited to tell you guys that I will be doing a Rom&nd review of Rom&nd, which is probably the hottest brand or makeup brand in Korea as of now. Especially they had a huge hit with their &nd collection early this summer. So I thought I would just kind of give the whole brand a swift review. First off, I'm going to start with my favorite product from this brand, and it is these quads. I have dedicated a few videos raving about these quads. And like I explained before, I honestly think these are the best quads out of the K-beauty palettes. These are so soft, so buttery, so smooth, and they blend out really nicely. And honestly, ever since I got these quads are the ones that I've been using every single day whenever I do my makeup. The color palette is perfectly coordinated. You have all the colors that you need. You have a base color, you have color for the center, you have color to deepen up your eyes, and you have the glitter shade for that pop of glow. Now, like I mentioned before, with these glitter shades, I love it because it's so pretty and so dainty. Now, of course, if you're expecting like Pat McGrath glitter shades or like Stila Magnificent glitter, no. You're looking at the wrong quad, honey. But like I said, these glitters are very small, but they're really pretty. So I feel like you can use them every day. They're perfect for a daily makeup. Now, of course, if you're used to like the Urban Decay shadow, like eye palettes, these are going to feel a little too subtle, not as pigmented. But I do feel like these quads are perfect for K-beauty style makeup. Really easy to work with, and I honestly have nothing to complain about them. So yeah. Next up, I have these blushes. They are called Better Than Cheek, and to be honest, guys, I don't love them as much as I love the quads. Well, I don't know why it was so hard for me to say that, but I just find them to be a little bit too pigmented. Like, it's a little overwhelming. The colors are beautiful, and this might be a case of personal preference, but for me, I like my blushers to be a little bit more on the subtle side so I can build them up, and it's a little bit more easier to work with that way. But with these, I really have to be careful. I have to tap off the excess and then go in, and still it would give me a really strong look. So if you are someone who is more meticulous and you like to take time with your makeup, go for it. I mean, the colors are beautiful. Once again, the formula is so buttery. It's so pigmented. I think these are even more pigmented than the eyeshadows. So I feel like you can actually double them as eyeshadows. I think they would look beautiful that way. I might use it like that actually. But in terms of them as blushes, I feel like, ooh, I gotta be really careful, you know? Next, I have this eyeliner from Rom&nd, and ooh, I did not like this one either. I mean, like the pen, the brush itself was good and everything, but you guys know I have the oiliest eyes in the whole entire world. I smudge like crazy. It's not even funny. So this eyeliner just smudged within like, I don't know, like 5 minutes or something like that. So it wasn't enough to hold against my really oily eyes. So that's why I don't ever use this, like ever. Yeah. Now moving on to the base products. Now Rom&nd has actually a couple of base products, cushions, foundations, and they recently released this new foundation as well, and I will be reviewing this as well. However, I will say before we start, I don't know why, and this is so insane, but Rom&nd products, base products in general, just don't do well on my skin, and that's why you guys haven't seen me talk about the zero cushion, and it's so crazy because everyone seems to love them. And so I feel like I'm the black sheep here, like, okay, is there something wrong with my skin or something? I mean, there is a lot wrong, but the thing is, it would do so badly in terms of longevity. Like, none of them would actually stay clean or melt away like nicely or neatly on my skin. So I just found that really odd. Now, of course, I do have some products that I do actually like despite that. So I will be talking about them one by one. Let me start off with the zero cushion. Now, like I said, everyone seemed to love this. So I had such high expectations for this cushion. So this is a base cushion. So instead of a foundation, you will apply this on. And when I first tried it, it looked so promising. Like, my skin looked so perfect, brighter than my own future. You know, it looked so clean, great coverage, great application, no emphasizing the pores. So I was like, you know what, we're just gonna be best friends from now. But the longevity was a total disaster. It would crease so badly on my smile lines. And this was back when I had more of an oily skin type. So I was like, what is going on? And I think this was one of the very few cushions where I actually had to wipe off the whole thing and apply again when I was fixing up my makeup. So I was so disappointed. Now, as you guys know, my skin has changed to more of a drier type, and it does seem to work better because it's more dry, less sebum, but this still doesn't look so pretty at the end of the day. I mean, I don't expect a cushion to last like perfectly, but you know, I expect them to melt away nicely with my sebum. That's the type that I like. Not so much with this one, so I was really sad. You guys have no idea how sad I was that this didn't work out for me. But like I said, other than the longevity, this actually had really good coverage. It went on really nicely, blended out beautifully, and I really liked the way my skin looked when I first applied it. So alas, so disappointed, very disappointed. Now this is the other cushion that they have. This is called the Perfect Inner Lighting Cushion, and I did like this way better. This, as opposed to going messy, kind of melted away on my skin, and it is more like a hydrating type. It's not as matte as the Zero cushion. And this just felt really comfortable on my skin. It looked very comfortable on my skin. It didn't look like I had makeup on per se. It just gave me that right amount of coverage. It's actually the cushion that I have on this side, and you can see it gives me a really nice glow. It doesn't crease in my smile lines as much, but I think that's because it's more of a hydrating cushion. So this is just the perfect cushion for me for daily makeup, you know, where I'm just, you know, going to a cafe to do a bit of editing, or maybe I'm just going out to meet some friends. Didn't last as long, but still it didn't get messy, so that I did appreciate. I also actually did end up liking this, but for the chillier seasons. In the summer seasons, it doesn't last as long. It's not very strong against sweat and sebum. So I do prefer this for like fall or spring. It gave me that really just nice coverage, nice finish to my skin. Not as hydrating as this cushion, but more of a semi-matte velvety finish, if you will. And I do remember this didn't get like crazily messy on my skin, so I did reach out for this for quite some time, but it's not one that I would reach out for in the hot, humid summer. Maybe, like I said, in the autumn. It will work fine. Now, I also have tried the Zero Layer Foundation. Now, to be fair, I haven't tried this one as much as other products because this is fairly new, but this also kind of melted away really easily on my skin. Maybe because it's like too hot and humid and I sweat like crazy. Other than that, I will say when I first apply it, it looks really nice on my skin. It doesn't emphasize any pores, and it just seems to glide on really thinly. It really doesn't feel like I'm layering anything on because the foundation formula itself is pretty thin. It does give you a bit of coverage, a bit of decent coverage, I must add. And so when you first apply it, it looks good, but this just for me, for now in this weather, it just melts away really fast. And also, one thing I have to add about these two foundations, when I first apply them on, they look really great, but it just doesn't do well in terms of longevity, and they emphasize my smile lines like crazy. Now, I understand if this happens with like really matte foundations, like, I don't know, the Lancome Dang Idol, like that one's crazy matte, but I expect that from that foundation because it's so powdery. But with these ones, these aren't that matte, and yet they emphasize my smile lines like crazy. So I don't know what's up with that. That's also one of the problems that I seem to have with these base products. Here we have the Rom&nd Pigmy toner cream, and oh my goodness, this product is so underrated from this brand. This toner cream is really good. Now, if you see my videos before, you guys know that I don't really use toner creams at all. But this product is so good that I actually started using toner creams in general. First of all, this doesn't have that stiff, sticky, gloopy, gooey kind of sensation that most toner creams do. This blends out really well. You can see how I'm like stuttering because it's that good, and it feels kind of soft and cushiony almost. So I think this is such a great toner cream. So I've actually been using this quite a lot. You can see that, right? And it's perfect to apply on your neck and your hands, especially in the summer, because most of my foundations, they look really light. So there's like a huge color difference between my neck and face. And this also has titanium dioxide, which is one of the UV filters, physical UV filters. So they also can act as a sun cream. Of course, I won't rely on them as a sun cream per se, but it also provides a bit of that sun protection, which can't hurt, right? Which is always a plus. However, I will say if you have oily skin, this is going to feel a bit heavy and too oily because, like I said, it does feel moisturizing. But if you have drier skin, combination skin, or anything like that, or if you want to apply it on your neck and hands, This works beautifully. And this is super, super affordable. Like, it's so underrated. Finally, we are going to look at the lip products of Rom&nd, and boy, oh boy, they do have a lot of them. So I am gonna speed through them because I don't want to bore your pants off. Ta-da! These are the Rom&nd 0-gram lipstick. If you guys remember, I used to be obsessed with these lipsticks for quite some time. Last year, I believe, during the autumn. These were all I ever used because these are so easy to use. The formula is super soft. They almost feel like lip balms in the sense that you don't even need a mirror to apply them because they glide on super easily. And the colors that I personally like to use don't require a lot of precision. Now, mind you, they don't last as long as I would like them to. They do kind of disappear, you know, when you eat something. They don't last as long as per se like the Wake Make Rouge Velvet lipsticks, which are also my favorite. These are a bit more hydrating than those, but nonetheless, I just love them because they're so easy to use and they're perfect for like a daily makeup. So I highly recommend them. And of course, as you guys know, I'm biased because I do like lipsticks in general more than tints. So yeah, bear that in mind. The next set of products are these Zero Velvet tints. Now, to be completely honest, there was like a huge trend in the K-beauty like makeup brands with these velvet formulas. So every single brand was coming out with them. And that's why I wasn't really impressed with them because I just felt like, okay, everyone's doing it. What makes you different? And I didn't really feel like they were that different. They just felt like every other velvet lip tints. However, there was this one specific color that they came out with in the And collection, and this is limited to the collection. But this color just hit my sweet spot. I just kept reaching out for this color every single day in summer. The color, when you look at it, looks a little dark, kind of like even autumny, but this color just gave me that nice subtle look that I can wear every day, but it still had that pop of redness and brightness that I could wear it every day in the summer. So even though I wasn't particularly obsessed with the whole line and their formula, I was very impressed with this specific color. Next up, I have their Juicy Lasting Tints. I have their older version and their newer version. Now, for me, personally, I don't necessarily like tints, as you guys know, but they do have these two beautiful colors in this collection, which is already super famous. It's Fake Fake and Jujube. And these two colors are so perfect to use in the autumn. Because of the subtlety that the formula gives, you could totally pull off these darker, plumber, deep tones on a daily basis. So it's not like too overwhelming, but it still kind of gives you that nice oomph for the autumn, if you guys know what I mean. Next up, I have these lip drivers. These are more like your liquid lipsticks, but they're not that intense, and that is something I do appreciate. They don't dry up your lips completely like the Maybelline ones. However, I will say I wish they had more shades. They have like a total of 7 shades. Some of the shades I'm like, no, I'm nowhere cool enough to pull that off. So I do wish they had more shades that a lot of people could wear on a daily basis. But on the formula itself, I do find them really comfortable. They are matte, but they're not too drying. It's actually the color that I have on top right now, and it doesn't feel icky, iffy, or too drying at all. So I actually like the formulas of this. Now, the last lip collection I have brought from this brand is their See-Through Matte Tint, and this is their latest release. Now, I gotta say, I want to applaud them because these formulas are ones that I've kind of never seen before. I never tried any formulas like this from other brands, so I do applaud them in that sense. However, I'm not sure if I'm too crazy about it because I feel like when you apply them, especially with the applicator, it doesn't give you the most even application. I feel like the pigmentation is stronger at the edges or the ends of the applicator, whereas in the middle, it's kind of like blank. As for the formula, these are in between like a tint and a velvet lipstick or velvet types. It's a hydrating one, but it's a formula that would be when you've made lipstick into a tint. Like if you mushed it and like mixed in kind of like wet formulas with the lipstick, this is the formula that you would get. So I do prefer using a lip brush when I use these, and I gotta say the colors are perfect for daily use. You do have these really nice nuances of like reds and pinks, but in terms of how the formula applies in the first place, not the biggest fan. But once you do apply it on, it sits very comfortably, very cushiony, very cloudy, I must say. It barely feels like you've put on anything, but on the other side, they don't really last a very long time either. So, you know, you have your cons and pros. There you have it, guys. I tried to review every single product from this brand, Rom&nd, and for sure, my top 3 picks from this brand are, ta-da! the lipstick, the 0 g lipstick, the quad, and this Rom&nd tone-up cream. I'm serious, guys. I'm dead serious about this tone-up cream. You might be like, psh, tone-up creams, big deal. But no, once you use this, it will change your mind, especially if you have drier skin though. As for the base products, I can't really say I recommend them. Or leave comments down below if they actually worked great for you, because I would love to hear your opinions about these base products, just to make sure that I haven't gone crazy or something. So yeah, don't forget to press like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!